Welcome to the Wexford Football League Show. Welcome to the Wexford Football League Show. Again tonight we're on the new Astro in Enniscorthy, and behind us warming up we have Forth Celtic and Shamrock Rovers. We're going to play a game here tonight in a big top of the table clash. Nicky, your old club, big game for them. Is it fair to say whoever loses this is out a title race?
Well, last week you had him in a relegation battle. You had to come back
apologise
in
for
and
that.
apologise. So look at it's a big game for the boys. Look, it's a great occasion, great being up here on the Astro playing on a Wednesday night. So look at a big game for them. They've signed some really good signings this year with Sean Fitzpatrick, Sean Cooney and the lads coming in. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a cracker. I haven't seen Forth Celtic this year. I'm hearing good things. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Well, it's a chance for us to showcase the facilities. We're going to have a few interviews with players and things after the game, so everyone stay tuned and get the results after the game. Hopefully whoever loses will talk to us as well, Nick. I suppose, well, last night we had a Neil Sullivan game here. It'd be unfair to do a podcast not mention it. It was an absolute thriller. Enniscorthy United 2-0 up in the 90th minute. Courtown bringing it back to 2-2. Then they were 3-2 up in the 109th minute, I think.
Yeah.
And it looked like Sean Kenny was going to blow the full-time whistle, but then there was a screamer point into the top corner for Courtown, and then Courtown went on to win out of penalties.
Yeah, sudden death penalties as well. So it really did go all the way. The standard I thought was really good. I thought it took probably both clubs maybe 10 minutes to settle down into the game to get the pace of the Astro. There was a couple of long balls played and they ran out over the line the first 10-15 minutes, but after that really, really good. I thought Enniscorthy United were full value for their 2-0 lead. Courtown probably had more of the football, but Enniscorthy United looked like they were dangerous every time they pushed forward. They're probably kicking themselves they didn't see out the game, United, because it would have been a big scalp for them taking one of the favourites for the Neil O'Sullivan. But good game all round.
It was two teams, one looking for promotion to the Premier, the other looking for promotion to Division 1. I think Courtown will probably have eyes on winning Neil O'Sullivan. I think, as you say, for Enniscorthy United, was it the case to find out where they're really at?
Yeah.
Bill will probably be disappointed the way they lost it, but he knows now they can compete with the very top of Division 1, and maybe he might be happy that they don't have a cup run and they can just concentrate on Division 2. It looks like it's going to be between themselves, Tom Brack, Ballymurn, Fastnet for that battle there. It's going to be a tough battle, so do you think they should be able to grow from that result last night?
Bill and the lads should definitely take positives out of it. Courtown probably didn't start 2 or 3 their regular starters Division 1, so maybe that was Courtown taking their eye off of it a little bit. Didn't think Enniscorthy United were going to be as strong, but Enniscorthy United actually proved to be very, very strong. I seen them twice earlier in the year and I thought they were playing some good football. So look at Bill and the lads, they should definitely take the pluses out of it.
Yeah, we'll have the draw for Neil Sullivan, I think it's next
Wednesday. All cup draws next Wednesday.
We had a lot of games called off last Sunday, but there was another game on here, another bit of a high scoring game in the Billy Brown Cup. Duncannon beating Kalena 4-3. Game you were here for the full length of it as well.
Yeah, went extra time as well. Really, really good game. Haven't seen much. I must say I haven't seen much. Maybe a bit disrespectful of me of Duncannon or of Kalena over the last few years. But I'm really impressed with Billy Dunn up front with Kalena. Yeah. And the Duncannon goalkeeper, I was meant to check Shevins, I think is his surname, something like that. But it was as good as a goalkeeping performance as I've seen. I thought he was excellent on Sunday. He made 5 or 6 really, really good saves. And another really, really good game.
Yeah, and in fairness to Billy Dunn, you mentioned there, if you go back through the last couple of seasons, he's always in the nearly double figures for goals. So he's always he's been a big player for Clane, and you are impressed with him here. You were telling me after the game about him. In fairness,
Yeah, no, I thought he was really, really good. And the good thing, like, obviously, Duncannon were in the Premier a number of years ago and they were fighting at the top of the Premier, but they've been a bit of a struggle for a few years. And Killeen are always one of these clubs, Division 1, Division 2 down along. But the standard of football that they both try to play, and I could hear both managers telling them to get the ball down, try and play it, which is always good, especially on a surface like this. So, yeah, it was overall, the last couple of games have been really good.
and as I said earlier, weather curtailed a lot of games. But we had one game in the Premier, Gorey and Ferns. Another game we were down at. The woman must have been happy with you Sunday evening.
I was lucky enough they were at a fish, to be honest with you. The little on Neve was Irish dancing, so I got away for the day. Because it was bank holiday, I was straight into work at 4 o'clock, so it was a busy day. I was up Ferns. I look at there's probably a little bit of a level, I think, starting to creep into the Premier. North End, Forth Celtic, Gorey,
As I said before, 4 and then
like
Two
the first 2 goals Gorey scored were own goals, and then Ferns went down to 10 men after 30, or Gorey went down 10 men after 33 minutes, and Ferns just never really looked like they were going to come back into it. Caleb is a young squad there, so it's going to be tough for him. They're going to a couple of home games coming up, I'd say, over the next couple of weeks that they'll definitely have to take points on. But Gorey looked quite impressive, to be honest
He's
with
settling
you.
in now under new management of Billy and Dennis and the other chap, can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name either. But yeah, look, at things have settled down. You know, Aidan, we both know when you leave a club, there's always a little bit of upheaval after it, and Gorey seemed to be settling down quite quick under Billy.
Yeah, and we'll look ahead to the fixtures and we'll stick with Gorey and Forth Celtic are here behind us. 2 of them, a big game Sunday. Suppose a big 3-4 days, 5 days for Forth Celtic.
Massive, I suppose, depending on tonight's result. I really think Forth Celtic need to win tonight to keep them in it. Shamrock Rovers actually need to win it to prove that they are in a league title. So yeah, look, a big game. Gorey this Sunday are going to be missing Luke Green and Ethan Vickers. Both picked up suspensions, so
Big
there'll be big losses,
squad,
especially in that centre midfield area. Ethan and Luke are the 2 lads that probably give Gorey legs in that area. So yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see what Billy does. I was really impressed with young Philly Yates when he came on. He's playing with the county youths team. Really impressed with him. So he looks good.
Yeah, for a extra in the.
So he looks really good. So maybe it might be his chance against the Forth Celtic. Yeah.
And then so do you think Forth have to get 6 points? If they do get 6 points, is it a 2-horse race then?
I have to get
Forth.
6 points. It's a 2-horse race.
Yeah.
Look, I suppose coming out of this fixture, if they had 4 points, they'd be still thereabouts in it. North End obviously be the happiest, but I think it's a big couple of days for Forth Celtic.
Yeah, and then the other games are all, I'll get it right this week, are all relegation battles. We've Crossabeg, Bows, Crossabeg at home. That's a big one for both clubs. Bows have been on a bit of a resurgence, probably won't want the break we've had the last 2-3 weeks with the weather, because I had got off to a bad start, getting bit by the mine after Christmas, then had 2 good wins in a row, but then haven't played for the last week.
Massive game. I'm sure Joe probably would have wanted something a little bit quicker after the North End game. You know, yourself is nice to get out, but then again maybe the breakaway will help him. I think Bows haven't seen much of him this year, but I see the lads are after getting in a couple of players back in, like you see the likes of PJ and all them back in around the squad. There'll be big additions. I think PJ could be actually suspended as well, but there are big additions to have just around that squad. And you know yourself, Aidan, when you bring in players, it's a feel-good factor, isn't it? You know, when big players come back into the squad. So look at it could go either way, but I'd probably just sit in the fence maybe in a draw. What do you think?
Joe will kill me, but I'll go Bows.
Oh Lord, who needs friends when you've Aidan Brown?
And then we Bunclody Mine, laid out there, plain and simple, must win game for the Mine at home, or they're in serious bother in the relegation. Especially if results go certain ways.
Definitely, well, look at
It's must win
Bunclody.
in a couple. One, they needed 3 points, obviously, but the other thing, I think they're really bringing Bunclody right back, bang into the relegation fight.
Yeah, I think Bunclody are probably in that. Um, I've said it earlier on. I think the one player that Bunclody really needed to keep was Aaron Dunn this year. He's just a focal point in the centre of midfield for him. So, or centre forward, should I say? So I think he's a big loss. Obviously, Shane Franklin going to Australia was a loss as well. But I think Aaron Dunn. Mine, after getting a few lads back, I see their squad is after ticking up. Obviously, your nephew Dylan. Is back in the squad, so he'll be a massive addition to him. Getting Lenny Connolly back in around Shoddy has been playing and training a bit, so with the likes of them, like they're all good players. So if the Mine have their strongest 11 out and they have their attitude right, you'd have to fancy the Mine slightly. But if they're not up for the battle, Bunclody will definitely drag it into them, and they could overturn them.
Yeah, and them 4 teams we've talked about will probably all be praying for a draw down in Ross Celtic between Ross Celtic and All Blacks.
Yeah, look, that's probably the biggest game of the weekend. Bar maybe the top of the Premier League one. Ross Celtic really need to pick up points out of that to drive them away. And somebody trying to hit us with a football, but yeah, Ross Celtic
trying to won't hit us.
Yeah, so I'd say it was Adam Beery hit it. So, but Ross Celtic need to pick up the points to try and get. To try and spread a bit of a distance between them and All Blacks need to win to keep on the coattails, so massive game.
Yeah, look, Seamus just blew the whistle there, basically tell us to get off the pitch here, Nicky, so we'll be back after the game with a few interviews.
Yep.
And again, we're back here now, and the game is just over. It was a 1-0 win for Shamrocks with a Sean Fitzpatrick free kick. Clive was just informing me here that it was a deflected free kick. Clive, for me, Rovers were probably a little bit better in the first half. Second half, I think it was all ye until maybe Rovers got the goal. I think Rovers probably got the goal again, the run of the play.
Yeah, we weren't happy at half time. I actually had said to the boys that Shamrock Rovers, their work rate was just far ahead of where ours was at, and you could see that every time they came forward with intent. But look, we were happy enough to get to half time nil all the way things were going. We changed a few things, but it's a little bit disappointing the fact that we started better in the second half. We had chances, maybe off the back of some of their mistakes, but to give away a goal off the back of a kind of a deflected free kick, maybe it's that type of game. But look, we'll knuckle down, we'll get back to the field Friday night, and we'll head for home against Gorey on Sunday.
Yeah, look at I agree with Aidan. It was probably Rovers were the better team in the first half. Did Chris make any switches or changes, or was it just about maybe getting out and getting up to tempo?
No, we probably struggled a little bit, even though we have our own Astro. We struggled a little bit. We were trying to get a ball in behind, and the ball was just a different type of skid, so the ball kept going dead. So what we decided to do, we decided to go with 2 wide guys and try to get the ball down on the ground and get wide, more to the end line and across, rather than trying to be slipping balls behind, because the pitch wasn't holding the ball for us. But look, I just think the boys put their shoulder to the wheel maybe in the first 20 minutes, first 25 minutes, and I think it was always going to be a game of whoever struck first maybe was going to snake over the line, and that's the way it turned out.
Yeah, you said yourself, like, it was a big game now again to bounce back, to keep yourselves in the title race again, Gorey at the weekend. How do you go about picking things up, as you said, Friday night?
Well, look, the first thing is we'll get to the field Friday night, but I think I don't think we'll panic too much. I think, look, probably North End's, I suppose, gift over the years has been able to win these type of games where things are, their backs are to the wall, and they're able to just grind out a 1-0. Look, we'll be happy enough to have Gorey come down to visit us on Sunday, and we'll give them a good old shot. We won't be too worried. Look, it might be a little blip along the road, but I'd say if we were offered 7 or 8 games, lost one, drawn one in the middle of, heading to the middle of February, I'd say we would have taken hand and all off you, so we won't panic just yet.
We were just talking to Lee actually when he came off. He was saying something. Is this your first competitive game since November?
We played North End on, I think it was the last game before Christmas, so I think it was around the 15th, was it, or the 8th or something like that. We then, the last competitive game we played since then was Ferns, so we've had a load of blank weeks, and like you can't ever, you know,
No
guys,
momentum.
match practice. You can't beat match practice, and teams that are playing matches Sunday on Sunday on Sunday, they're kind of getting ahead of you. And maybe we were slow to the races today, but we'll have to rectify that.
Thanks, Clive, and all
Well,
the best on
Alright,
the.
lads.
All right, cheers.
Thanks,
thank
Dave.
you. I was joined by Shamrock Rovers goalkeeper who had a big say in the game, Lee Murphy, and coach
Man of the match.
Tucker O'Brien. Lee, I'd say, yeah, Nick, you were talking, you probably did get man of the match, 2 excellent saves there in the second half. You took a brief retirement there for a year and then came back, so you enjoying being back?
I am now, in fairness, yeah. I was missing it for a long time. I answered the call to John, or to Emmett, Ken, Tucker, all the lads. Came back, and I'm just really looking forward to the rest of the season, to be quite honest with you.
I know you've been around playing the league a long time. What's it like playing a midweek game under the lights here in your own town of Enniscorthy as well? But do you think it's a good move for the league to be able to play these games at midweek?
I think it is, yeah. You see the crowd there this evening. Yesterday evening I was watching Cortown and Enniscorthy United. There was probably the same amount of people up here. I think it's the way forward. It's a pity, I said it a few years ago, Shamrock Rovers put probably a 3/4 size Astro in. It's a pity didn't push and get the full size, and I think the more the merrier now in the future, and push for Wednesday, Friday evenings, whatever, because the weather's not playing its part this year so far anyhow. So.
Tucker, as a management team, I was saying to Clive there earlier, I think you were probably, in my opinion, you were probably the better team in the first half. Second half, Forth Celtic came out of the blocks strong for that 20-25 minutes till you just got the goal. As a management team, did you just tweak anything at half time? Nicky pulled you up on something here to me at half time. Alright, did you might have switched Dapo and Emmett? Do you think that had a bearing with Forth Celtic coming at you in the second half?
Yeah, we put that Emmett out on the right hand side. Nicky was right, and put Dapo up front with Sean just for a bit of pace. And then we kind of changed it around a bit. Dapo was a bit lazy, to be honest with you. I'll say straight up. But that's why we just make a bit of run. But when he went up there, he done a bit of run. He closing down lads better. But yeah, we didn't really tweak it that much other than that. Yeah, to be honest with you. But in fairness to Forth, they came out first 10-15 minutes. We said at half time that they're going to come out all guns blazing because they were a little bit on top near the end of the first half. I thought for 10 minutes spell they had. But look, I think it was just a 1-0 game for any two teams, to be honest with you. I thought it was a fair game between the two teams. And even here tonight, like I'm involved in a long time. I've been involved with Nicky, and when you were over the mine, me and Nicky were on opposite sides against you and whatever in leagues. But it's a great facility, and I think more should be done. Like in, even the extra football league and all clubs should try and get more and more out with us if they can. Better, it's good atmosphere.
Yeah, look,
as well, like.
definitely, Tucker. Like, look, yous were kind of pulled in at very short notice about this game tonight. Like, what was it like preparing for it, and like for you coming up to this game?
Yeah, we were going to train last night, Nicky, but we didn't train. We said we had a chat about it, and we said we play because look, if you can do a turn, that's what it's all about, and it's good for Wexford football to see a game.
It's better now you got 3 points over.
Yeah, we're happy with that, but like for people as well to come watch the game, because I remember years ago when I wasn't involved, I'd even go up and see a game. Say even on Sunday, I just on Sunday morning, not even tonight. Like the crowds, the big games like Forth Celtic, North End, Des Moines, Rovers, there will always be crowd takers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was, even tonight, it was good for the crowd to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, it's definitely it's a great asset. I'm sure Garfield, just going back to the Rovers team, the likes of Sean Fitz, Jamie Pepper, all of these lads, Alan O'Connor, they're probably taking years off of you, making you feel like a young lad again. But it's great to have them lads in around with the likes of Hopper and John O to back it up.
I think so, yeah. I've been saying it for a couple of years. The squad's there now. It is ready to push on. I'm not just going to say it's this season, I'm not going to say it's next season, but there's a group of players there. There's an under 18 side, there's an under 16s, 15s, next 3-4 year, whatever it is. If the club push on, there's something for Rovers there. And I think them young lads, as you said, Sean Fitz coming in, Dapo, Rafi, Alan O'Connor, like if we can keep them.
Even young Stephen Wallace making his debut tonight.
16 years of age, like it's brilliant for the club, like, and it takes the years off. I mightn't look like it, but I feel like it.
No, thanks for that, man. I mean, you have no game of the weekend, do you?
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
So, no game of the weekend.
Tuesday night, we were playing on Wednesday.
Cheers, that man.
We'll have to have a chat with Patrick on that.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Well, Nick, we had the views from both camps there. Rovers obviously the happier camp, back in the title race now, I think. The game itself, I think young Jack Mullen had a good game for Forth Celtic. I think it was fitting. Sean actually got the free kick after the great run he went on that led to the free kick. What do you think of the game yourself?
Yeah, look, it looked like it was definitely probably a game of two halves. Rovers were by far the better team in the first half. Forth Celtic were second half. The goal was kind of against the run of play, but dead right, Sean took on 5 or 6 Forth Celtic lads, picked up his free kick and stuck it in the corner with the help of a deflection. Young Mullen played really well. Kyle Furman done well on the wing, but I thought maybe Shamrock Rovers, Jamie Pepper, I thought was really, really good. Close touch. Astro obviously suited him. Sean Fitz was a danger anytime the ball went up top to him. And then you'd have to. I thought Eddie Black done quite well, especially last 20 minutes when Rovers were a goal up. He mopped up a lot of headers and things like that. But I thought Garfield was outstanding in the goal. Lee Murphy, he made 2 one-on-one saves at 0-0, and he made another great save there, diving out to his left. So I thought Lee was really, really good, and he was probably the difference in the two teams today.
Yeah, I think the back four from Forth Celtic as a unit, I think they didn't give much up, and I think it was probably a set piece goal that they did concede. Didn't give up really that many chances in the game, did you? As we said, Forth Celtic had 2 really good ones, 2 cracking saves from Lee. I think it was one from Jack Mullen, the other might have been from Lee Busher.
Yeah,
I think that's what
Ryan Busher, I think it was.
Ryan.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Fort might have to learn if they want to win the title race. You get chances against teams like Rovers when you're playing the teams up around top. You got to take those chances. Rovers probably got one chance, if you call that, free kick, and they took it. That's the difference. And as you said, I think the experience of John O'Connor, Hopper in the last 20 minutes was massive there. They just sat back in on top of their back three and won John on one headers and the dirty stuff.
Yeah, look, you could see Rovers once they got that goal up. Like Garfield tightened up the back three and they were very narrow. The centre midfield trio went very narrow as well. They left the 2 guys out on the wings and just made it very, very tight, because obviously that's where Forth Celtic were really, really strong, and that's where their 2 chances came from Garfield. So once they shut up shop on that, then they made it very difficult. It's a little bit disappointing now for Forth Celtic, but I actually must say credit to both clubs. They took this late fixture at late notice, and you look at the turnout, the crowd that was here, and everything like that. So a fair play to the clubs, and just let's get the game played.
Yeah, and fair as Forth Celtic have to bounce back now. Massive game against Gorey. Just before we finish up, a quick word on the facility. I think it's proved itself over the last 2 nights. 2 big game, 2 good games on them, decent games on them. But I think the crowd, and it goes something we've been echoing since we started this about midweek games, evening games, under lights. It'll get crowd out, and I think the crowd tonight and last night proved people will come out if you have the facilities and put the games on. People will come out to watch them.
Yeah, look at we're very lucky, Aidan, to have this facility in Enniscorthy. We're both Enniscorthy men, obviously, but I think this is a project that if it's successful, it will roll out through the county, which you're hoping for. So it's brilliant, and what else would you be doing? I know it's cold, but you're out in the fresh air, you're looking at a game, and it's great. And the crowd was here tonight. They were treated to a good game. I wouldn't say a great game, but a good game. And they were looking at some really, really good soccer players.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. And we'll be hopefully back in the studio next Wednesday night in the heat.
Cup draw next weekend, we have to be.
Right, see you later.
See you, lads.